Hi everyone, it's Sandy. Thank you for heading over and joining me here on my YouTube channel, Septera18. I have another Use Your Paper Scrap project to show you. It's really easy, fun and simple to make, and the project that I want to show you guys are inside these really cute pockets that I have put together. They've got some fun goodies inside. I'll also be listing these pockets in my Etsy shop as well, and they were just so much fun. I really enjoyed decorating this whole kit, and I'm also going to show you what's inside these pockets in case you wanted to purchase these or one of these from my shop, just so you also know what you'll get inside. But inside the pocket is the project that I'm going to show you. I'll just put these to the side first, and I've called the little project Stacked Paper Sample Booklet. And again, it just uses your paper scraps, and I decorated the booklet with some trim, and there's also this little fabric trim as well that I placed on the front. On the inside of the booklet is a little folded paper doily, and then the rest are the little scrap papers that I've built inside the booklet. So there's this one here, and there's this one. There is also a piece of vellum that I've placed inside as well, so also to give it a different texture, and some more paper scraps. And again, they weren't coordinating papers. I just built them up and stacked all the different pieces of paper. And then this one here, I had used a decorative scissors to create a decorative edge on the bottom. And the last, or this one here, is an embossed cardstock that I embossed with an embossing folder. And then this is the back of the booklet, and it has a print on the other side. And if you wanted to give this as a Happy Mail gift to somebody, you could also write on the back here and write a little message if you wanted to do that. And I just think it's really cute. And you're also probably wondering, what would you use for something like this that I've made? And so what I have done with these little scrap samples are little embellishments, and I'll just show you what I've made. These are just some of the ones. I'll put this one to the side. So this one here I had made for myself, a little stacked paper sample booklet here, and you can see that I've already sort of started cutting into them and using some of the scraps already. So what I did with these little paper scraps, I used some shapes using my die cutting machine, and cut out some shapes. Like this was a heart and this is a hexagon. You can use your paper punch if you wanted to use that. You can use anything you want. I'm just thought I'd share with you what I had done with them, so it gives you an idea. So with the little scraps, I cut some of the scraps with a pair of scissors and cut them into little strips. And I did the patchwork style again with these projects, similar to my last video where I did some paper patchwork pockets. And you can see here I just cut some strips of paper and then laid them on the top of the heart shape to create this cute little patterned heart. And then the same with the hexagon shape one. I did the same, and then I also distressed the bottom of each of the paper strips just to give it more texture. If you can see how I distressed the edges of the papers. And then I've also cut a little piece of the doily here, so that's this little piece here. I placed it onto the front of the paper strips and then punched out these little hearts with my heart punch with these little papers. So you can see I've already punched one out. And then I just used some foam dots just to give it a bit of dimension to the embellishment. So that's what I've done with these. And then you can see here I punched out the heart with my heart punch. I can then cut that off with my scissors, and then I could also use this to create another paper laid embellishment. So these are just a little fun little bits of papers that you could use for embellishing, or to just to add to your projects, or you can use it as a collage. And then this one here is a little tag, and I've got the other piece of the fabric trim, and I've just cut that in half. I placed that on the front of the tag, added a little paper flower and a little brad to the back to hold everything together, and that can just flip up, and then you can again embellish your cardstock or your your tag. And I just thought this is cute, having a flip like that. And you can also add this to a junk journal. You could distress the edges of the tag. You can also stamp it or add some more of these little pieces of papers and layer them onto the tag to create another embellishment. So I've done that. This one here is a circle shape die, again with some stitching around the edge. And then I used the doily as well again, so I cut a piece of the doily out, and then I created a little pocket for the little circle shape. I made it into a pocket, and this is just a little strip of paper that I've just sort of cut up. And you can add this and make this into a little spot to write some little notes. And then I just adhered it to the bottom of the circle shape, and then I just place that inside. You probably want to be a bit gentle with the pocket because the doily is quite thin, but that's what I've done with the little doily for that one. And then I also made a tag with a pocket for this one, and again using some of the scraps. This is the little vellum piece, and all I've done was cut a strip of the vellum, and then I just place it on the top of the tag, and then I cut another little strip of the paper that was the cover backing on the front to be able to give that a little bit of a tuck spot to close the little vellum. And then I glued the little flower, so that just flips up like that. And then I've got a little paper clip inside. These are also available in my shop. And then I've also got a little tag in there as well. And then behind the little closure piece, again I just cut out some strips of the paper, again from the same little booklet, added a little sequence just to decorate that, and just layered each of these strips onto the little tag, and then that just closes up in there. Because I put that there because the vellum wasn't sort of closing, it kept sort of flapping up like that, and I didn't like that. So I just grabbed another little strip and cut that out and place it in there, and I just glued it to the back of the tag. And I just thought this was really cute. So that's what I've done with that. Just put this in here, and I'm just going to finish off the heart embellishment that I have made, which is this one here. Just wanted to show you that you can still pretty up the embellishment if you wanted to. So if you've done that, I've got these these little paper flower folded embellishments that I've made. I have a tutorial as well on how you can make these really easily just with your circle punch. So I'm just going to grab one of these, and I wanted to place it on the top there. You can see how pretty that is already. You can see again, the papers are just any kind of papers. They always seem to come together quite nicely. So I'm going to adhere that to here, and then I'm going to show you how I build one of these little booklets together as well. So let me just grab some glue. And I also have this word sentiment as well, which I'm going to place here. And I'm also going to show you how to layer, how I layered the embellishment as well, so you can see. So I just wanted to put this on because I want to finish off this cute little heart embellishment. So I'm going to just place some glue, place it on this side. Just really cute, nice and simple little word sentiment. I'll just place that there. Actually, yeah. And that's pretty much done. So you can see all these really fun projects just by using some of these scraps from this little booklet. And I'm going to just I'll also do this one here just to show you, and I'll also make the little pocket tag as well. So I'm going to just grab this little hexagon shape as well, and I'm just going to do the same thing. Just select whichever papers I'd like, and all I do is I'm just going to cut a strip, and then you can also add your own other papers to it if you wanted to. You can make a whole heap of these and then put these to the side, so you've got all your scraps all put together in booklets instead of having them just in a box, and then they're already nicely stacked together. So I'm just going to cut 3 pieces. I think that's enough. And then all I do is sort of grab whichever piece I'd like to start off with and place it there, and then just sort of work with it until I'm happy with where I'd like it placed. So I'm just going to do that. And you can also distress the edges if you want. I'm just using my scissors. I just normally distress just the bottom bit of the strip where it's going to get layered. I'll just do these two just so you can see how I distress the edges, and you can just keep going until you're happy with how much distressing you want your edges. So I'm going to start with the bottom first and glue that down. So it's going to come out of the shape, and that's what you want, because then you're able to trim it off later on. Just make sure it's all straight. I didn't cut the paper straight, but it doesn't matter. The main thing is as long as your patterns are straight, because you're going to overlap the top anyway, so you won't see that. Then you sort of just line everything up, and see how that's not lined up properly. You can always add another strip of something else if you wanted to line that up straight. Actually, I might just cut that off. It's bothering me. Okay, that's fine like that. Okay, so that is just 3 strips of the paper scraps to create the layering. And then once that's all nice and dry, I'm just going to turn it around this way, and I'm going to just cut around the edge in line with the shape. So that completes that, and then I could use some little other shapes to add a little center to it if I wanted to. Let's see if I can grab another one. So I can put that on the front. These are cute. I really love making these little flowers. They just finish off your project really nicely. So actually I might just place one of them in the front, I think. And that pretty much completes that little project. Oops. Isn't that nice? That's pretty. So that's another one. And then to make the little pocket tag, all I do is you can corner around the corners if you like for your tag, or you could just angle cut it. I'll just corner around it. This is a We Are Memory Keepers corner rounder punch, and it has 3 different size to do your corners as well. I really love this punch. And then what you're going to do here, you just fold it up to however deep you like your pocket to be. So I'll just put mine about there. And then what you're going to do here, which you're going to then glue the sides, and that will create your little pocket for a little tuck spot. And then again, you just select which papers you want to use, and you can also add your own papers as well, other papers that you want to add to it. This is just another way of just keeping some of your scraps together, or keeping your favorite scrap papers together in a little booklet to keep them together. So let's grab, now I'm going to show you this one here. I'm going to cut this, like I want to use this, and I'm going to try and paper patch it. So you can see that doesn't want to finish there. So I'll just grab another piece of paper to join that up, and that will give me like a little patchwork type of pattern. So again, I just stack them together like that, and then I'll just build one more strip on the top. Place that there. Place that on the top, because I want to see the cute little butterfly. So you can see that it doesn't line up, but your next paper will hopefully disguise that and cover that up. And I'll just use the black. And I think that will, I'll just finish it off with that. So that will go there, and this is also not enough, so I will probably pick out something else here, which I might just use the same one. So you can see this little booklet can make a lot of decorative embellishments. You'd be surprised that amount of paper can still make something really nice and pretty. So that will go there. And then I might just put that over here to cover that side up. And I might just grab another different scrap paper to finish that off up here. Or I might, let's see, I'll just finish off with this scrap. I'll just use this piece. So that's completes the pocket, and then I'm just going to trim off and tidy up the edge. So that completes your little patchwork pocket. And I'll just use this tag. And then that just goes in there like that. Oops. There we go. Isn't that just so cute? And then you can add the vellum if there is some extra vellum left that you have, and then you can just add that to the top of your tag, and then just add a little brad, or you can staple the vellum to the top, so you can get that put on there. But that is really cute. You can also add more embellishing to the front if you like. So that's how I embellish these little shapes. So now let's just show you how I quickly put one of these together. I didn't cut any papers out. All I'm going to do is just use these measurements to show you. I should have cut some papers out, but I didn't cut any papers. So what you're going to do, you want to cut a piece of paper first at 1 3/4 of an inch by 2.5 inches. That will be your first piece, which is this one here. And then you want to cut another piece again at 2 inches by 3 inches, and that will be the next piece. But you can really use your own measurements. You don't even have to measure any of your papers. You can just cut them and just build them and stack them up yourself. But if you wanted to make it the same size as this, these are the measurements. And then the next piece is at 2.5 inches by 3 5/8, and that is the vellum piece. So that goes next. We have another piece here, and that's cut at 1 5/8 by 3 3/4, and that goes behind. Then the other piece is the piece that I use a decorative scissors, and that's like this one here, and I cut that at 2 1/4 inches by 3 1/2 inches. The next piece is an embossed cardstock, and I cut that at 2 1/2 inches by 3 3/4 of an inch. And then this is the backing piece or the cover, and then I cut that piece at 2 1/2 inches by 5 inches. Then I turn it around on the 5-inch side and I scored it at 1 inch, but you don't have to score it, you can just fold it over. So this is the cover, so you can just fold it wherever you like, and then you just fold it like that, and then you will build up all of your papers and make sure they all line up nicely. I did also added some fabric and a doily as well. These are just little extras. If you want to add some extra trim or whatever, you could also add that to your booklet. So you just want to make sure everything lines up on the edge, and then this is your backing piece, and that goes on the back, and then you want to make sure it all sits nicely inside that fold, and just sort of adjust it to however you like. You can stagger it, and then you just grab your stapler and you punch it at the top here, and that will hold everything together. And that is why I placed the trim up here to cover the staple. I know you can see it here on the back, but you could always cover that up with some washi tape, add another little piece of paper strip if you wanted to cover that as a safety, to keep it safe so it doesn't get caught on anything. You could also punch out a little circle and then adhere it to the back here, or a little heart shape or anything you want, or a little bit of an embellishment there. And then that is really much, that is all there is to creating this little stacked paper sample booklet. And what I'll do is I'm just going to lay them all this way so you can see all the measurements, and then you can pause it for that second if you like, so you could see all the measurements. And then these are the ones that go at the back, and then this is the backing. But again, just whatever you like to cut your papers at. These are just a guide for you. So that's how that looks. And I hope you enjoyed this little project. Now I'm going to show you, I'm going to put these away now. I'll also put the measurements down below for you so you don't, in case you miss these measurements. So I'm just going to show you what's inside these fun kits that I'm going to list in my shop. So they're all pretty much the same inside. I'm just going to show you inside one of them, but I'll just show you each one. And if these do sell well, I'll add on a few more and list them. At the moment, I have 6. So this is another one. This one here. And this is the last one. So inside, I have this craft pocket that I altered and added some of my own paper scraps. I used some cotton fabric, and then I tied that around just to give it decoration. And then you could also use this trim on your other projects if you like. And I also finished off the pocket with some little charm dangles. This is a cute little lovebirds, I would guess they look like little cute little lovebirds, little charm dangle. I've got a little pom-pom charm that I've made and some beads, and then you can also detach this out of the ribbon, so you could use this on another project. I won't take it out, but you can unclip that and then you can add that on another project if you like, and then you can use the ribbon on other projects. And then inside is the Stacked Paper Sample Booklet, and they've all got different prints. Each pack has different random prints, but all pretty and bright, and you can use all of them. They all have a vellum piece in there, they all have a doily, and they all have this trim. Just the papers are random, but you can still coordinate the papers. And then now this one here has the decorative edge, and then there's also an embossed cardstock in each booklet, and then you've got this little cover with the trim. I've also got in here some extra papers for you to use as well, and then there is a little gold clip, and this extra piece of white cardstock is the piece where you can make the little pocket that I had made, like this one here and like this one here. So all you do is just fold this up, and then you can decorate your corners to create your tag pocket. So you get one of those in there as well. You'll get a random double-sided, oh, you get 2 here. You get 2 random double-sided papers, so you can choose which side you want to use on your projects, and another embossed cardstock of random cardstock colored paper. So you get those. And then with this paper clip, you could also use this trim and create a little, what they call them, the little paper clip with the little fabric, if you wanted to do that. So you get that. There is also a little pack of mixed shapes, so that you get the same shapes that I used in these little projects. So you'll get the a tag shape, you'll get the heart, the circle shape, the heart shape, and a hexagon shape in there. So you get 4 of those different shapes with that long one for your pocket tag. You'll get 2 little flowers. You'll also get a random 2 of these paper flower embellishments as well that I have made. And these are great as well. You could also use it to decorate your pocket. You can add one of those to the front here, and then you can add more embellishing if you like. You can add it to your embellishment. So they're the bits and pieces that you will get in this kit, as well as this really cute pocket as well. So this is just a sample of what's inside. Again, so I have 6 of those available for now. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all soon on my next video. Bye for now.